All right, priests, our special guest joining us here on the home stretch. This is what I had to do. I had to actually get my iPad out because his credits are so big and his statistics are so wild that I had to get the full iPad, and I'm going vertical here too.
Yeah.
Just to let you know. All right, so here's what's happening on the home stretch right now. We got not Eddie George, but now Coach
George.
Eddie George, originally from Philadelphia. He went to the Ohio State University, and he was drafted in the first round, 14th overall by the now defunct Houston Oilers. But this guy did pretty well for himself, Priest. Do you want me to give you some stats?
Yeah, give me some stats.
I'll drop you some stats. You ready for this? NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, 96. First team All-Pro, second team All-Pro, four-time Pro Bowler, and the PFWA All-Rookie team. We know that's important, man, when the press loves you.
That's right.
And look at this. NCAA rushing touchdowns, co-leader, 95, scoring leader at 95, Big Ten Male Athlete of the Year, 96.
Mark, hold on. The list is going on. And
Okay.
Well, the thing is that, as many touchdowns as he scored, we could keep talking about that. As many 1,000 yards as he had.
That's true.
Keep talking about that, but keep going, man.
Can I say one more? I want to say one more, okay? Then his number 27.
What about it?
Retired.
Yes.
You're not touching that number. Yeah. You're not allowed. You can go near it. You can take a picture with it, but you can't wear it. Yeah. All right, Coach Eddie George, welcome to the show, man. Welcome home stretch. How you doing?
Man, well, thank you for the introduction, and I'm honored and flattered because you sit next to one of the all-time greats too.
Look, he's trying to give me a look. Right?
Hey, look, I'm in the best sandwich right here, man.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Priest is an awesome running back, and I remember when he was in Baltimore. He was in Baltimore for a couple years before going to Kansas City, and I remember watching him then. Came out of Texas, I was like, that dude is a serious problem. So he got into a system that really loved his skill set. And you saw the years that he had in Kansas City. I think you're sitting next to a Hall of Famer as well. He is a class act. And I just loved your game, man. You had the vision. You had the burst, the subtleness. You had all the nuances, man, of a great running back, man. So I love watching you run, brother. It was really an honor watching. I'm honored to be on the show, man, honestly.
Look at that, the accolades, man. I appreciate that.
All right, well, George. That's going to do it for our time with the Coach. No.
Yeah, he just switched it up and interviewed me. I appreciate that.
Oh, nah, I reckon this is you. And you one of the great ones, man. It's love. It is love. It's love.
That's good. I got a question. I know that Mark is going to get us going on a number of different subjects, but when coming up, I was thinking about a player that I looked at and how did I decide? Would it be Earl Campbell? Would it be Tony Dorsett? I grew up in Texas, and so we had the Oilers on TV, or we either had the Dallas Cowboys, right? So, but I'm looking at Earl, and I'm saying, man, I don't look anything like him. So how in the world am I going to be doing the things that he does, right? So I chose at that particular time Tony Dorsett, and I said, okay, he kind of looks my size. I can run like that. But for you, already being a very big man, right? How do you decide who's going to kind of be your role model when you walk on most of all of your teams and you're one of the biggest guys out there?
Well, honestly, Priest, when I was in high school, I wasn't 6'3". I was a late bloomer. So I grew up loving the slashers of our time, like Eric Dickerson, Walter Payton. You mentioned Earl Campbell. I didn't really develop a power run game until I, grew into my body. And that's kind of where I started to impose my will on players. But I love the slashers, man. You remember Amp Lee that played at Florida State?
Yes.
Number 42. I mean, he was just the awesome, like the quintessential slasher in between the tackles, make you miss. And, wasn't very fast, but he was quick out this world. So I started off wanting to be a slasher, and then as I grew, I had a growth spurt between my junior and my senior year. I grew like 4 or 5 inches.
Wow.
I was like 6 foot, 168, and then I'm like stretched out to be 6'3", 218. And my coach was like, "Hey, man, you're too big to be doing all the slashing and dancing and shit.
Yes.
You gotta get downhill and pose your will." And so I tried to have a blend of both worlds. I tried to make you miss, but then I try to use my size to my advantage, and I wanted to be just the all around complete running back, somebody that where a defender didn't know how to approach you, whether hey, I got to go full steam ahead if this dude knock his head off, but I got to be cautious he might make me miss. So the threat was, hey, either get run over or make you miss, and I really wanted to become a complete running back in that regard. And I worked a lot on my flexibility and my agility growing up.
Yeah, now I wish I would have been thinking like Coach George was back then when I was younger. Flexibility was probably one of those things that he focused on.
Yeah.
Mark, that was the last thing I was trying to do. Coach would tell us, so Coach George, and I'd wonder what that looks like now as you being a head coach, and I know we'll get into most of that, but when I was younger and I tried to wait to the very last second before I had to get out there on the field. And the reason why is that is because I was like, man, the longer I can wait to get out there, I won't have to stretch, I won't have to do any pre-running, I can just go right out there and practice, But at the end of the day, over the course of my career for 11 years, I started to see where that flexibility I was very limited in certain areas, and sometimes when it came to my recovery, because I wasn't in there stretching consistently, it took a little longer to come back from some of those injuries. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so shout out, man, Coach George, for thinking ahead, man, especially at that position, because we take so much of a punishment. And I know being a big back, and especially in that division early on, it was like 3 yards in a cloud of dust, it felt like at certain times.
Oh,
but
hey, Priest, you remember the days?
Yes.
And the old AFC, the AFC Central.
Yes.
When you played us twice, Baltimore twice,
yes,
Cincinnati twice, Cleveland twice. I think Jacksonville came in late twice, and it was murder's row, man. It was not for the weak as a running back.
Not at all.
I love that.
Breaking news from Bet365. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets. Win or lose. Sign up, place a bet for $5 and get $150 in bonus bets. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, player props, futures, and so much more.
Hey, do you have a gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. Or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 21 plus only, 18 plus in Kentucky. Please gamble responsibly. Must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, and select parishes in Louisiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. $10 minimum deposit required. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
This has been a Playmaker production.